Okay, hi again. This is Sandy. We're all back, ready to do this. I find this really hard that you guys aren't talking to me at the same time. So I'll just keep talking. You guys just keep following. The directions, I think, are pretty self-explanatory. So if you want to get out the first page for the first layout, which is a double layout called Bloom and Grow, and you need the piece of paper. You need the vintage farmhouse, the basic pack from the basic kit, this one, and you're going to choose this bluebell. You need 2 pieces of the bluebell for the background. And then I also want you to pull at the same time the vintage farmhouse paper from the regular pack, and it's called Homegrown. So you just have to cut off the top there. Remember to save all your little bits and pieces because we use them all the way along. So on all 3 of those pieces, you can just cut the tops off and keep them, because I like to keep them so I kind of know what colors. If someone's saying to me, I need a certain color, then I have those. Okay, and I had, when you couldn't hear me, I had cut these 2 pages or that 1 piece of paper. And if you notice, it has to be cut horizontally so that when they come together, they kind of match and your flowers aren't going the wrong way. So those are going to be cut 6 by 11 each piece. So you're going to cut it horizontally and then at 11 and then in half. And then all I did was I took the corner rounder and rounded the edges. If you don't want them rounded, just leave them plain. And at any point you want to ink them, you can go ahead. If you don't want to ink them, that's fine. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go along and we're going to cut out all the pieces, and then we'll go back and we'll ink them. And if you want to tape them and put them on, that's what we'll do then. But you know what I found out when I was using this paper, something I love, because you guys probably all know I love Tim Holtz stuff. And he quit producing the big 12 by 12 pieces of what kind of paper there?
It's craft core.
Craft core. But this was really interesting. So I took my Tim Holtz sander, and for some reason I just cut and look at this. It works like Tim Holtz paper. And so I don't know if you can see that really well, but anyways, if you want to do that, you could do those edges now. And one thing I am always kind of careful of when you're doing a 2-page layout, I always think that the 2 pages have to match. So I never do anything in here. I try not to edge it or anything, so that if perchance the 2 pages ever got together, they'd be one solid. But remember that it's just your paper, so whatever you really want to do. So if you don't want to do this step, then you can leave it.
So basically, Sunday is doing is lifting the top core of the paper off so that the inside is a white core.
Right.
Sense, right?
Yes. I mean, I love it so much, I'm getting Teresa to order me a package of black. Okay, so I've got those 2 pieces ready. I've got my 2 inside pieces cut, and I put the little corner cutter on them. And then I prefer ink, but please do what you want to do. So I'll just ink that up quickly. I'm using ground cappuccino, I believe. That's the color of choice right now for me. And so those just sit in the center like this. Oh, here, made my first mistake. I forgot to cut the inch off of both of those. So I'm just going to pop them in here. So those sit right like that. Okay. And then if you come over to your instructions, I believe it says we're going to cut photo mats from the sweet pea, which is from the basic kit. So you got this color and this color. So I'm just going to tell you up front, I use the paper so efficiently that if you want different size photo mats, you might want to cut them out of black or a different color, because how can I say this? I cut them from here, but then I might use the edge of this for another piece on another photo or another page layout. So it might be just as easy to stay with this or else just use another solid color. Teresa gave you a number of pieces of extra black paper. So if you choose to do that and want different size mats, you can certainly go ahead and do that. So with this sweet pea, it's number 2 on your instruction sheet. You take the edge off as usual. Make sure you keep all your pieces. And then it's saying that we need 1 4x6 photo mat. So I'm going to cut that one first. I'm going to cut at the 4-inch mark. Then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to make a 6x4 photo mat. So there's my 6x4 photo mat. And then I'm going to do a 4x4 photo mat. And we already know that the one side is 4 inches. So there it is. Keep this little piece of paper because you might need it. So I've got 2 photo mats now. And then I'm going to take my piece of paper again, and I'm going to cut at the 4-inch mark. And I'm going to cut 3 more photo mats at 4x4. So you should get 3 out of this piece of paper. So there's all your photo mats for this layout. And remember, whatever way you want to put them, if you want them coming off the page, on the page, below the page, however you want to do it, that's great. Because it's never, ever wrong. I mean, when I lay things out, sometimes I lay them out, I go to bed, I take a picture of it, and I get up the next day and think, well, I just don't really like that. We start all over again. So there's the basic layout. Now, if you looked at your instructions, you had this piece of paper left. So now what I want you to do is take 2 more cuts of 1 inch each. There's a 1 inch. And another 1 inch. And then it says to make one at a 1/2 inch. So there it is, 1/2 inch. And then cutting it at 7 inches lengthwise. So these pieces of paper are creating the background, and all we're doing is we are turning the piece of paper over. That follows up there. This one goes down here underneath. Like that. If you want the corners rounded, I invert it. I think that's what you call it. That's what we're calling it today. The inverted paper puncher. And so it's a inverted corner rounder. Teresa's telling me it's an inverted corner rounder. Oh, sorry. You see, I'm getting out of your alignment here. There you go. And you're going to cut each one of those pieces once you've put the corner rounder on them. Let me get it here. I'm having trouble remembering that it should be in your line of sight. And then take both of those pieces, and that's 12 inches. So you're just going to cut them in half at 6 inches. So that'll fit on both half pieces of the paper. I'm just going to move these down here. So one piece will go down here, just either right up to it or tucked under, either or will work. That tucks under there. The other two tuck up top here, just like that. And then you had this one little piece, which was the 1/2 inch by 7. That gets turned over using the yellow side, and it becomes part of a little decor piece down at the bottom. Can you see that? Sorry. Down at the bottom here. So for right now, I think that's all the cutting we need to do for this page. Except now we need to fussy cut some pieces out. Once again, there's probably pieces you guys don't care to use because it doesn't seem to go with your pattern or whatever. So we're going to go to a page called 150114, the 4x6 elements. So it looks like this. And we're going to use this here. We're going to fussy cut this. And on your paper, it actually says, you know, fuzzy cut, which sometimes that's how I'm going. And then this little sweet pea up here. So I just always just cut out the whole block and then go from there. So I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut these out of here. If you don't want them on there, that's perfectly fine. You may want something else. You know, when I began scrapbooking, I was with Joanne, and I hated fussy cutting so badly. She cut everything out for me. Now I've got my act together and can do it. Oh. So since you guys have seen me, we've been in quarantine, which was crazy. I spent 3 months without anybody in my house, all by myself, feeling sorry for myself. I should have scrapbooked, but I didn't. My daycare came back in June of last year and started again in September. No one's left and no one's been sick. So we've done well. We all wear little masks all day long and we hand sanitize. That's the biggest thing of their day. They come in and all hand sanitize each other. And since then, we've had our daughter live with us for 6.5 months as they built a house in Regina. They've recently moved out. And we were able to have the birth of our little second grandchild. So I got to hold him for days and days and days and months as a newborn. So that was wonderful. So I've got one of them cut out for there. I'm going to cut out my other one right up here. Can I ask, is there any questions? No? Okay. So if you guys are choosing not to do the cutouts, you can go ahead and put your tape on the backs of your pages or your pieces of paper that are going to be laid out. And because you have the layout in front of you, you can go ahead and tape them down. Because there's no really tricky parts here other than if you're going to ink the edges. I need music.
I tried that last time and the music was too loud.
Oh. I feel like we should be doing something.
All busy.
Oh, can you see that?
Yep.
This isn't like radio where it's bad if it has dead space, because I don't know what else to tell you guys.
Sandi could sing, Teresa said.
No, I really can't.
Sandi could sing.
Yeah, that's not a good forte. I have tried because I'm not sure what it's called, but if you go on Instagram, every so often this guy comes up and he sings and you're supposed to sing the melody because he sings the other part. I try. I would not want anybody to hear it. Oh, yes. You have to keep me on that. Who edges way away from themselves? Because it drops on your picture. Oh, that's okay. So if I forgot to tell you or you didn't know, this is ground espresso. You can use whatever color you want. Oh, make noise, please.
I have a job to do. I got wrapped in plane.
Okay, I have mine all inked and cut out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting tape on the backs of these. And by the way, did you see this? Teresa has these in the store. And when we did a crop for Corrine, she was selling them and I looked at them, well, that's just another thing to take up on my table. But I bought one and I love it because I can keep my tape right there. The tools that I really like to use are right in here, my pencils. It is a wonderful thing. You can even take these parts off and it's got another hole here. And we have them for sale today for their regular $19.99 and today they're $13. And you could tape all the way up to here. So it's a great thing. If you want one, I don't know how many we have, but you can contact the work phone and we'll put one aside for you. 306-694-0700. And you can just text and Teresa's just right over there doing work. She could just answer, yeah.
Ring those phones, Jean, ring those phones. Or they can contact Bonnie.
Or they can contact Bonnie, they're saying.
Lisa doesn't know that number.
2020 at the end.
I'm getting the number right away here for you. It is 306-254-2020. You will not regret it. Because I don't have much room in my little office space and I love it. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that this has to be in front of you, but I think you guys all know how to tape. Okay, and then both of the fussy cutouts, I just use pop dots on the back and don't watch how many I use because Teresa says I overuse, but I really like lots. I don't want it moving anywhere.
This repositionable stuff, you want it permanent.
I want it permanent. Okay, so I have those done. And now I just need to tape. Let me get it way up there. Karine, do we have some? I forgot to bring. You know, the tape that people are using on them. We sold a ton of it. It pulls off. Can't think what it's called. We made light switch covers with them.
Oh, not in the
I have none.
washi tape.
Washi tape. One thing I forgot to bring, but I use a lot for doing my layouts is washi tape. But I forgot it, and we can do without it
What do you use it for, Sandi?
to hold the paper in place.
Okay, so what about the reposition the paper?
Yes, that
I
will
have
work.
some right here. Okay, there it is right there in that green.
Right there. Okay, so they're telling me I'll just use repositional tape. I use washi tape because I can just put it on there, make sure my two pieces. This is when I'm doing a double layout. So I know that my two pieces aren't going to move apart as I try to get everything matching. So I'm going to put these two pieces right in place here. Stick that down. There we go. So those pieces aren't going to float anywhere as I'm trying to get these guys in alignment. So I didn't give you any measurements for this because it's kind of how you want to do it, because you could actually go down here. I just chose to have it in the middle. There you go. And so what I do is, because I know that things are going to go underneath and everywhere else, I'm going to put it right, I'm going to take this piece of tape and this piece of tape, and those are the only pieces I'm going to put on for now so that I can tuck things under. So I'm going to put this one on first. Hold it in place. And I know it's straight because I have my paper straight there. Oh, you know what? See, here we go again. This is what I'm going to tell you. I'm always wanting to move things. I'm just going to move it down a little bit. So this is a tool. It's a very important tool. Like, it's like for painting, but I use it to get underneath my pictures because I do this a lot. And if I don't have that, I tell you, I go through bottles of this undo stuff. You can use it and it doesn't hurt your pictures. It doesn't hurt anything. So I am just going to pop mine down further. One, and then I'm going to take off the other side. Like I say, I'm going to leave the others so that I can put stuff underneath. And then I'm going to put this side. So I chose, Teresa gave me a couple different choices of paper. And I kind of chose this one purposely, not that I have any farm background at all. I know we have lots of people that scrapbook that do. I mean, I have relatives. But I just wanted you to see that you could do a lot more with it than just farm type stuff. So I'm going to just move my mats over. And now I'm going to put in these pieces that go right up here. See, on the layout that I did them in green, and I wanted to show you that you could do the option of doing them in gold. So I did that side. I'm going to pop them in there. Just go up to your, I'm just going to slightly put them under. And then you'll get it straight because you know that this edge right here is straight. That's where my two pieces of paper come together. It's got to let go of my finger. There you go. There's the other one. So once I've got those pieces in, then I'm able to take this piece and take the tape off there and put it down. And same with this piece. And put it down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom ones the same way. There we go. I'll pull up the tape underneath. That one. That one. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my pictures. So I'm going to have one that sits here. I'm going to have one that sits here. And see how I inverted the colors? I love this green. Put that one here. No, here. I can't even figure out what I was thinking when I was doing them. There. So those can just be put down. If you don't want to put them there, put them wherever you like. I like to put, at this point, I like to put my pictures in so that when I put this on top, it's sitting on top of the corner of the picture. So I'm just going to leave that off for now. Right, Teresa? Are you?
Yep.
And then you can. These are for Teresa, so she may choose to want to do something else there. Okay. Now, at that point, I think we've got stickers here. So I did the Bloom and Grow. I put it here, just up here in the corner on an angle. I loved using these butterflies, so I just had butterflies flying all over the place on this one. Also, there is lots and lots of stickers. The stickers that I chose may not be what you want to choose. So if you want to go ahead and just leave those till a later time. The one that I did do was I did on this piece, It's a Sweet Life, which is this one right here. And I cut it so that it would sit on here. And I also, so this is what I was telling you earlier, and what might have got cut off is I always take, I'm trying to show that, I'll show you up here, is I always make them not stickers. And this is just, do we have lots of these in stock, Teresa?
I think we only have a few. Bonnie might have some. I'll check with Bonnie.
So this little thing works really good. What I use at home, because sometimes I can't find this, is I have a whole thing of cornstarch sitting under my table, and I have a paintbrush and I just brush them.
So you use cornstarch, not baby powder?
Yeah, I use cornstarch. And usually, and because I scrapbook at night, I usually go upstairs and he's quit asking me how come I'm covered in white stuff. So there, I'm going to take that and I'm gonna put it on that little tiny yellow piece of paper. I think it was cut at 1/2 inch by 7, I believe. So I'm just gonna pop this part up. Don't count how many of these I have on here. Just pop it up on there. And then eventually that's going to go down there. Teresa, do you want these mats put on?
Want the maps?
Mats put on?
No, you're okay if you don't put them on. That's okay.
Okay.
Everybody knows, or you can.
Does,
You should, think you should. No, don't worry. about it.
okay, we're not gonna bother putting all the mats on because you guys can choose where you want to put them at your leisure. I'm gonna put these few little butterflies that I love on. Okay, so all the other little pieces that you could put on, you'll see on the layout, and then, but you could use whatever words you want. So I'm not going to bother putting the words on. So I think if everybody's okay, that we're done with this page. Has anybody got a problem with us moving on?
They can go back into their instructions.
You can
or
go,
watch the video.
that's right. You can go back into your instructions or watch the video at a later date. So I'm just going to clean up this little mess I got going on here. I got the positional tape on. There you go. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but when Teresa asked me to do this, I don't know why. I thought that I could only use stuff from the package. So that is exactly what I used. I didn't add any other pieces. I didn't cut any other ones. So like I say, these layouts are very simplistic. So the second one we're going to do is called Sweet Family. So there it is right there. Can you see that? This one is so easy, like we'll be done it in a crazy little bit of time. So you need the black paper from the basic kit, which is on the other side of the cantaloupe. This is peppercorn. So once again, we're just going to cut that piece out so we have it ready for the background. This is another one that I also edged. Okay, they're just letting me know that this is called the EK powder tool. So if you're looking for one, text Teresa or the phone, the number that we gave you. Teresa, what's in it? How, like if they ran out of this?
I'm not sure, it's not, I do not see any refillable on it. I
Okay.
It just comes in that tool form with an applicator top so that you can just brush it along the top.
Yeah.
Or you can do the, like you said, you could do it with your cornstarch.
Well, I
and
mean,
paintbrush.
and this
Just, you know.
works really good. And I'm assuming that cornstarch could go in there. I would think so.
It'll just be a matter of figuring out, once it's empty, how to get the top off.
Well, you take the bottom off
Oh, okay, sorry.
because it says open.
I didn't even see that, so I'm gonna say it's refillable.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a refill for it.
Okay.
But that is the name of the jewel. Bonnie has one in the store up in Dalmany.
Okay. There's one in the store in Dalmany.
I'm not sure if I went down or not in that. I'm not 100% sure if I have one in the store. And yes, it is refillable, Bonnie told me.
It is refillable, they're saying.
I have an empty one, so I guess I'm not using it.
Well, sometime through COVID, we also at our house put in a new furnace and we got an air conditioner in our 100-year-old house for the first time. And that meant that my scrapbooking area moved. So sometime I'm going to have to show you guys because you'll just all won't believe it. I've gone up in space, but I still need more, and it's not fancy. It is so not fancy, my little scrapbooking area. Okay, so you need the peppercorn, we've sanded. Now we need simple things. We need the piece of paper that has, what do you call that? That windmill? Is it a windmill?
Yeah.
The windmill on it. I'm talking to the farm person over here. And that. Right here. Probably my last piece of paper. This one, okay. There it is. There it is. It's called Simple Things. It's the one, this one right here. Okay, and if you're following your instructions, we're going to tear this. We're going to take the top off. And so what we want is we want to tear. I'm just going to kind of show you with my finger. You're going to tear from this side right here, and you're going to tear all the way down on an angle to this side. Get that? Okay. So I do it. Let me see. Remember, guys, you can't do anything wrong. Okay. There I am at the bottom. See how that's going to sit right in there. And then if you notice, I've got this little piece left here. I'm going to actually cut that little piece on my cutter. And that's going to fill in this little space on the other side. So I'm just going to take exactly where I'd. And so everybody's will be slightly different. that. And that little piece is going to sit right in there like that. Okay. So then I'm going to ink. I think I'm just going to rip this little piece of pink off of it. Okay, once you're done that and you have it inked, and it looks really cool if you ink where you ripped, you can just tape those. Okay, so that's, you could eyeball that, give it a 1/2 inch around the edge if you want. We're half done this page already. So this one, I didn't create a mat for this one because I looked at the sticker sheet and it had these really cool old-fashioned edges, those little edge things that our parents used to use, and they used to be black. And I thought they could just sit underneath the picture. So what I did was I took a 5x7 picture and I plopped it up so that it sat above and not flat. So once again, you know, if you are doing this and you didn't really have any, you don't have any pictures of any cows, or you're not riding any horses, and you just really don't want to do that. You could have inverted this piece of paper, and it's really cool because it's just, there it is. It's just this. So you could have done the same thing, done this and put it on a piece of white, done the same whole thing. I just happen to have a niece that has a farm. So I took the stickers, and right up here, there's these little edges. So you could choose what color you wanted. You could put that in there. I used off of the sticker page are these 3D stickers. I used Sweet Family. If you want to leave it, you can choose to put something else on it another time. I got to tell you, I did one whole, I think it was this page. I thought I was putting home and I thought I didn't pay attention. I thought this word was growing. And so I did the whole page thinking I was doing home growing. And there was no N because it's home grow. So anyways, sometimes things change, turn around. Yeah, I covered up the chickens with things, but like I say, I don't think we have to go any further on this page because you guys might want to invert the things, and you can, if you've already cut it, you just invert them the other way, like put this piece over here and this piece over here, and it'll be inverted. Do you think I have to do more on that one? Okay, so we're going to leave that at that. That's how simple some pages can be. Okay, I'm going to give you that one. Is everybody ready to move on to another one?
We're going to pause after this next one
There we go.
for a bathroom break and part 2.
Okay. So in case you didn't notice, that first double layout, that was my newest little grandson, baby Rhett. This one here is baby Reed. Well, he's not a baby anymore. He's 2. Okay, so once again, we're using a background color, and I believe it is sweet pea. Sweet pea. Like this is my favorite color in the whole world. My bedroom is almost this color. Okay, it's lighter, but I do love green. Okay, and the other piece of paper we need is the Sweet Life 15004. So once again, we are going to cut off, the tops. And I'll save you guys something. I'm not edging, I'm just edging this one this time. So if you don't need it edged, you can be looking at that second piece of paper. And yes, this is how messy. Oh, it doesn't look that messy. It looks much messier where I'm sitting, where you can't see. And this is how mine always looks. It's kind of messy. When I finish for the night, I put everything away, but most of the time I'm scrapbooking. I've got it all over.
You have to invest in a new bathroom.
Man, oh yes, look at that. Look at my edging. That's what happens with ink. Okay, so you got your background. Then you're going to cut your top off of this one, which is the Sweet Life. And you're going to cut a vertical strip, 12 inches, but it's going to be 3.5 inches. You know what? It really doesn't matter what side. I chose to have it off of this side. So at 3.5, so I have to do it the other way, 3.5 inches. Set this piece par side, and then, oh by golly, I did some ripping again. So this one, I just I just really just tore this little eensy beensy little piece of the edge off. You know, I know what's missing. When I scrapbook, I have a little TV on in the background, or else Keith's playing Alexa really loud on the other side of the basement. So my husband's retiring this year. I'm not sure how this is going to go. He just spent the last 2 weeks in isolation because a little boy in his class tested positive for a variant virus. And so he was online for 2 weeks at our pastor's house because they're away. And he came home and said, yep, I really am ready to retire because I'm not good with computers and I'm too old to learn. So I've got him at home. I'm not sure how this is going to go. Maybe he should babysit and I could scrapbook. I'm not sure. Okay, so that piece is ready. It's going to go right there. And we're going to cut out, we're going to cut out a couple pieces of packets, seed packets. So they are on 15013, the seed packet elements. So once again, you can choose whatever ones you want. I chose this one down in the corner, the living seeds, and then I guess I chose this one. And so then I could just choose this. And you know what, when you make this cut, you know what, I'm going to tell you, you can't choose whatever one you want here because I use this piece, this side of the paper on another page. So you better just choose the ones I told you. Sorry. Okay. That one. So these ones I just inked. Ink here, ink here. I just turned this little edge over here a little bit, gave it a more ink. So those are going to pop in here. I need 2 photo mats, and they were done with this one here. I just want to make sure I haven't already cut those. No. So these photo mats, you're going to have 1 4.5 by 5.5, 1 4.5 by 6.5, or 6.25, sorry, 4.5 by 6.25. But once again, you can make them smaller than that. It's just however you want to do it. Teresa, do you want them the size that they are here?
Sure.
Okay, so we got 4.5. 6.25. Does that leave me 5.5? 5.5. So those photo mats are going to go however you want them straight, whatever. I can read you out what I put on these ones for the stickers. And once again, you can use your own stickers. I did a couple of these this time because they're kind of cute. Bloom and Grow, Home Sweet Home. And I just really just tucked them under. I tucked them under so that you can see that same color. And over here, I put It's the Little Things, Homemade Happiness. And then I put Homegrown Happy. Whoop, I'm now at too high. Happy Homegrown. I put another. Yeah, that's basically that one. If you want to take time now to edge everything, you can do that. And we're going to take a 5-minute break because everybody has to go to the bathroom, I think. So that's it for the first half. Let me know what you need to, what I'm not doing right. So. Okay, another super simple one. And this one is called, I don't remember what we called it. Together. Like the word said.
Why you called it Together.
Because the word said that.
Yeah.
So it looks like I didn't put this in the center, but I put it over there purposely. So I did that on purpose, actually, guys. But I want to go back to the last picture because I screwed up. I told you to cut out of cantaloupe, and you were actually supposed to cut out of this Farm Fresh, but I think it will all work. I think we'll still be okay. See, that's how nervous I get at this situation. Okay, so you do nothing. You just need the piece of black cardstock. You need this piece, which is called Humble and Kind. And you are going to cut a piece. Now, I should just tell you, no, you have to cut it this size once again, because I need the paper from another one. But you could make your mats different. You could make two, you could put two 5x7s on, no, 2 4x6s you could put on the center if you want, instead of these smaller ones. Anyways, you cut off the top. There you go. And then you're going to cut a piece that is 8x10. So there's 8. There's 10. This one I just edged. And if you notice my original, I should show you there. My original picture it looks like it's jagged. It's because sometimes I'm really cheap and I don't change the blade, but it doesn't bother me. I like kind of jagged things. So that's why that looks jagged. So if you want to jag it, just don't change your cutter. Those are the things that Teresa gives me heck for.
Because she could sell them.
Because she could sell more, but not to me. So this is a super simple one, again, because I edged that. It's going to go up here in the corner. I'll tape that. I won't tape it down now because if we want to get through some more and you don't want to spend your whole day inside. And actually, I have one more double layout for you that you don't have the instructions for, but I'll show it to you at the end and give you enough time to take a good look at it. Teresa will, or yeah, Corrine will send a picture of it. And I thought I was all done and I gave everything to Teresa, and then I had all these scraps and pieces left, and by golly, I had enough to make a double layout, which actually is my favorite one of all of them. So
Send it out by email.
how do you know? So that is going to fit there. You need to take, that's a piece I screwed up on this piece of paper, which is 15012, the 3x4 elements. This is what we want. We want to cut out that little piece. So you can just cut it straight down. You're just going to take that little, I mean, I think a lot of you probably try to cut in and out. I'm not very good at that. So I just cut one piece and then use the piece that I have left for something else. So, fun fact here, I got my second COVID shot yesterday. So if anybody's at the right time to get their second one, I didn't even know this medicine shop or this place existed, and it's called Family Medicine, which is up by, well, it's across the street from Hanover Cabinets. That's what I know for sure.
It's across the road from Walmart. Like
Across the road,
that.
like turn off, instead of going to Walmart, turn into towards the hospital.
And this is in Moose Jaw.
And it's in Moose Jaw, and you can book. And I phoned Thursday and I said, you know, I can't come during the day. And he said, can you come at 5? My husband and I went. Teresa and Adam were there before us, and we're all vaccinated. A little bit sore today. I had taken the AstraZeneca the first time because that was my age. So anyway, sorry, I'm going to cut out all of these little things, and I cut them with my paper cutter for the long, and then at the edge I just cut them with my scissors. I know, I'm kind of like that, but you can cut them all with your, you can fuzzy cut them all yourself. And you know what I do with these right away? I put them in my sticker maker before I do anything else, because I for sure will lose the little one that says B. And I use the little, this one right here.
I'm not quite sure how much they are at the store, but there's some.
This is the one I use, because you can just do these little things in there. Can I use it?
If there's tape in it.
Yeah. So anyways, my arm hurts a little bit more today than it did the last time. But other than that, I'm good. And by the way, I have no affiliation to that place at all. I didn't know it existed until yesterday. This may be the hardest part on this page. Well, just to fill in time, I could tell you, the pictures on, I told you that those were my grandsons on the other one. Well, this is my son and his partner. I don't know what they call them anymore. They've been dating since grade 9. Regan's an engineer and Ty is a nurse, and she's in Nunavut right now, nursing for a month. And they live in Saskatoon, and that's what I know. I thought maybe when they sent me these pictures, they were engagement pictures, but I guess not that we know of yet. And this is where these pictures were taken. I didn't even know it existed. But if you go to the University of Saskatchewan in Saskatoon and you go to Saskatoon and nothing to do, there is this beautiful park on the university grounds.
My brother got his wedding pictures taken a couple weeks ago.
Is that where you had them taken? It's gorgeous. How do you get there?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
We weren't invited. Family wasn't invited.
Oh,
It
right.
was just a wedding party.
Right. There's that. Well, it's beautiful anyways. I'm going to put these in here, get as many as I can get in there, and then you will not lose all these little words you've taken the time to cut out. Let's see if I can get them all in there.
And there are the sticker makers at the store.
And
Both stores I imagine.
And I got to tell you, I have all 3 of them. Like I have the bigger ones. And sometimes I have mental blocks about some things. And since Teresa opened the store, I have not been able to figure out I know how to put this one in. It's very simple. But the other 2, it's like,
The other 2 are very simple too.
I found out today because I brought them both here and I said, show me one more time how you put this in. And it was so embarrassing. She took the piece out and she said, just hold it. And she put the other piece in and closed it. And I said, well, I thought there was more. I thought you had to pull something and do something, but apparently not. So these things here are great. And so there's my stickers, and I'll just set them aside so I don't lose them, and they'll be ready to go on. So if you choose to just make one picture or however many pictures you want to put on this, you can put those wherever you want. So on this one, I chose to put 4 of these little pictures. I'll show you this again. So I put 4, and I believe that the size on those are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Is that right? That's not right. That's wrong, guys. Don't listen to that. It's 4 1/4 by 3. I'm not sure why that other thing is on there. That's okay. They're 4 1/4 by 3. So because I screwed up that last picture on you and I used the peppercorn, I'm not sure. Oh, I probably have enough left because see, you were supposed to use this piece. I used this piece, but I think there's still enough room there. And I'm not going to cut these mats out because all these are for Teresa. And I'm not sure she'd want pictures that small, and she's not here for me to ask. So anyways, I put the always be kind, humble and kind in the middle together. And then what I put down here was, this is a good life, living the sweet life together. And that's it. That's simple. Okay. So now we're going to go on to yet another one. Just going to clean off some of this junk here. Okay, I find with some of, I don't know about you guys, sometimes the paper is so busy, I'm not sure how to use it and what I can put on it to so it doesn't seem as busy. But anyway, so this one, if you're all ready, show you this one. This is called Family Together Forever. And it's there. My niece does a lot of really beautiful farm pictures of her kids. And this is just another one of her farm pictures. So the background on this one is called On the Farm. It's 15010. And it actually has like the picture of the farm and whatever, but I just used it as a background. So we'll start that one and we will cut the top off again. And I would edge that because I just edge everything. So a quick little bit of ink on there. Okay. Now I need, that one was, I believe that one was called On the Farm. Okay, so that was called On the Farm. We need 15003, which is Love My Herd. I'll just find that one for you. Well, you need this one for sure, which is called Market Days. And I need the one that says Love My Herd. Love My Herd, which is that one. And then I believe On the Farm, Love My Herd, and we need Market Days. Market Days, Love My Herd, Market Days, and Farm Stickers. Okay, but we need one more, and it is this one right here. Well, I just can't find, oh, sorry, it's the other side. So I'm going to use this side, and then the other side. Love My Herd. Okay, let us start with Love My Herd, which is this one right here. Cut the edge off, the top off. You can only imagine what a mess my desk is and when I'm doing this. So you want to cut 2 pieces 3 by 9 because you're going to invert one of the pieces. So 2 pieces 3 inches by 9. So I'm just going to, and I know that I didn't use this farm thing for anything else. So you could cut it, or you could choose to keep it and use this side. So I'll just keep that one for some reason. 3, there's a 3-inch one and another 3-inch one. And those 2 pieces are going to be 3 by 9. So then you have this piece. You have this piece. And then love my herd. You're going to cut it. You know what's going on in the background? Kareen's getting me all organized over there. So when I'm done, I will have everything put away. This one is going to be, this is market day, and it's going to be a 3x9. So as you notice, all these pieces are the same size. It's just where you put them on the page. So I actually, on your instructions, I did not do this. Nicole did these. Isn't it beautiful? It measures it where you want to put them down and how far you want them from the inside, because this one, it's a little more important that you're kind of filling the page. So I'm going to show you another tool, but I didn't bring my favorite tool, which is Tim Holtz, my Tim Holtz mat, the glass mat. And Tim Holtz has a glass mat that I do all my layouts on because it's got a grid all over it. And then it has something like this, much sturdier. So you can put this edge piece on the edge of your glass mat, and it's always straight. Everything is straight. So if I want things straight, if you use a ruler like this, it'll sit on the end of your piece of paper, as long as your piece of paper is straight. And if you use the Tim Holtz mat, you can make the piece of paper straight. Anyways, so this is really, really easy to do. Now, you don't sell these, you just sell the Tim Holtz
No,
ones.
we have those.
She has these, sorry, she
We
has
have the
these.
TV, but
Sorry.
the glass mats are all on back order,
All the glass mats are on back order.
like the large ones.
If you ever have a chance to get one, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. You can stamp on it, you can ink on it, and you just take ink remover, which clean your stamps with. That will clean it all off. If you get glue on it, takes that off. I mean, it's fabulous. So anyways, you're going to put this one here at a 1/2 inch. You're going to put and 1 inch down. So a 1/2 inch in, 1 inch down. You're going to put the next one, sorry, over here. You're going to put it 1 inch in and 1 inch up. So I'm not going to measure those for you, but that's how, and then your last piece will just automatically sit in the center, and you're going to put it up 1.5 inches down. So it will basically kind of look like this. So you got all your farming things there. There's 2 black mats, which are right here, and it says they were previously cut, except they weren't because I screwed that piece of paper up, remember? So you can just cut them out of these black mats because you probably screwed up because you were following me. But that's okay, because Teresa gave you all this extra paper. So I actually did these for 4x6s. So I did 2 mats at 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So I cut those two mats out and they will go like this. So I'll give you time to, if you want to put those on. How much time do we have? Like,
Keep going,
we've got one more page and then,
keep going.
okay.
You can have as much time as you like.
Well, I want people to get outside in the sunshine. And, you know, they might want to change the wording on this.
You're good.
Okay, we're good apparently.
They have all day tomorrow. It's supposed to be beautiful.
Oh, apparently it's supposed to be beautiful out. It's gonna be nice.
It's just gonna get hotter again.
So I told you I got air conditioning for the first time and I screwed it up the third day in. Because when you have a 1900, well, our house was built in 1909. And I'm not sure, but the air conditioner or the furnace could have been from there. Maybe not quite that old, but it was old and it was big and it took them hours to get out of the house. But when you have those old furnaces, you just kind of change the mat 3 times, or not the mat, the filter 3 times a year, you know, and that's that. And, you know, he sold me a case of filters and I thought, well, those are going to last forever. But little did I know that I have a furnace that now pulls all the dirt out of my house. And I phoned him and I said, yeah, you know, this thing doesn't, I think maybe you sold me the wrong size of furnace, maybe the wrong size of air conditioner. It sure doesn't keep it very cool. And he came over and I was never so embarrassed in my life when he told me that, oh, you have to change, you know, those filters like every month because the furnace is so efficient. And so I had to already have a repair bill on my thing, but now I know. He told me how smart these new furnaces are. They're just so smart. And I said, if it was so smart, it would have sent me a text and told me to change the furnace filter. But live and learn. So basically, that's how that comes together. I didn't remember, you didn't see me measuring, but you guys should measure. I've just laid that on there. I should show you this. Sometimes I just use parts and pieces of stickers, but this one here, I just covered up the black and white plaid. So it said family together forever. So it kind of became one sentence. I use these really cool little tickets and it says farm fresh family. I used another one of these, I call these paint chips and it says family is everything. I stuck one of those in there and then I have the blessed and the good life. And when I got the rooster over here, because I had to get one of those in. But I'm sure you guys will put what you need on here. And if you look, no, you wouldn't want to invert that one. It's pretty black. Another thing with, obviously I'm a Sequang user, but if I know I'm going to put a lot of pictures on what's going on this piece of paper, I make sure that the mats are really, or the pieces of paper are really well stuck, whether it be glue or tape or whatever you're using, because the pictures, by the time you put a mat on them and then put other things on, they get quite heavy. So I kind of like that they're less bulky.
recipients away.
That's okay. So that one is going to be 1 inch down. An inch down, and it's going to be 1 inch.
Again, it's called a T ruler, and we do have them at the store. Or you can text the work phone 694-0700. Or if you're closer to Bonnie, you can give her a shout at 306-254-2020.
So I did both sides first, and then I'm going to stick that other piece in the middle. I tell you, this is just a little tricky with this black and black and black. Oh, sorry, I'm measuring 1.5 inches down with this black checkered piece. So I'm following the directions that are on the instructions that you got, which once again, they're right down here in this corner. Tells you exactly where to put that. If you choose to put them somewhere else, you can. It's all about choices, as you guys know, all the time. So that's where that mat is going to go. And on this one, I chose black and white pictures, so I thought the black mats were kind of, whoops, I'll push it up again. I have this monitor telling me, moderator, she's a moderator, telling me what to do. It's great, it's all good. So there you go. You want to put your family stuff up here, your stickers as you want them, and I'll leave that up to you what you want to put on there. So that page is done. Okay, remember I talked to you guys about how sometimes the paper is just really busy. This is the one. Very busy. So there it is. I use this very busy paper here in the background. So you're going to go into your pieces that you've already cut, and you're going to take this one with the pigs, the cows, the sheep. You need that piece, and you need Humble and Kind. You need a black piece of paper from one of the ones Teresa gave you. You're going to do another one of those cuts on the family is the heart of the home right up here. It was done same as Humble and Kind. except that I put it on another thing that I cut out. So I'm gonna find those for you. Tell me right here. It's market date. So this is the one you want. You want to cut this corner one out, and you're going to cut all of those things out again. So you're going to fussy cut that. And then you have this one that's called journal elements. And you're actually going to cut this out and then fussy cut. Well, you can cut that with your cutter and then just fussy cut this around because it's actually, sorry, I might have the wrong piece there. No, sorry, it's this one here. I used that one for another piece. You're going to cut this one out. So you can go ahead and fussy cut those two things out. Just while we're thinking of it. So once again, that one's called Journal Elements 15011. And then I just fussy cut around this little piece here. And I believe you only have to do it at one end because the other one's tucked in. But if you don't want to tuck it in, then cut her out. So there's that piece. You see there. Okay, so I'm going to cut out this one. Family is the heart of the home. I'm going to do these the same way. I'm going to cut them out on my cutter. Then I'm going to make them into stickers. And there's a lot of sayings if you wanted to change your sayings to something else or just write on it. You don't have to use these. This kind of reminds me when Teresa and I have gone to buying shows and we're sitting in crops. Teresa and I go, where's that piece of paper, Teresa? Where is it? Can you find that piece of paper? I think I got the wrong one. And then she'll go along and take another class and I go into the hallway and put everything together because I didn't quite get it together when I was in there.
Yeah, but you take an hour class and they give you 5 hours of product.
I was gonna say they go a lot faster.
Yeah.
right?
They do.
And they don't have nothing cut, and then they're instructing it, and it's like, they're great, but they're not great.
Well, we did a book. I think it was Graphic 45. And so they showed you how to make one section of the book, but the book actually consisted of 8 sections. So every time Teresa was taking a class, I was sitting in the hallway doing all the other pages. Okay, so there, these ones are cut. I'm going to put them in my sticker maker. Teresa, did you say you had those at here? Sticker
I
maker?
do in Moose Shot, and we have them at Domini, and we just got the refills back in stock after a year.
Ooh, so I guess if you're thinking of getting one, or if you already have one and you need refills, you want to get them now. Because I believe, Teresa, you said that there's still stuff stuck on a barge.
There's a big Simple Stories order that hasn't, it's stuck on a barge, and they haven't gotten it off, like it's in a big container.
Oh, so it could be a while.
They are waiting patiently.
Is this because of that boat that got stuck sideways or something?
It is partial, and I think because with COVID, at the ports, there was lots of people that went down with COVID, so they went from saying, let's say they went from 500 workers down to whatever, so they don't have the manpower to get the containers off the barges. And the barges were backed up. And when he showed our original picture a month ago, they showed boats and boats and boats and boats and boats full of these containers, these barges full of containers.
So would that be the Christmas stuff coming in?
No.
Or is that the summer
No,
stuff?
that was like May and June. That was like the middle of May product ready for June. And yeah, it's stuff.
Right. Okay, there I go. I've got those stickers ready. I've got that. Okay, so I want to cut this piece of paper with the farm animals on it, and I am going to cut that at 12 by 8. So I already know this is 12, and so we want 8. That one, and then I need these little pieces cut, and this is Humble and Kind, which should be in your scrap pile, and 2 by 12. Two pieces, 12 inches by 3/4 of an inch. So that is 12 inches by 3/4 of an inch right there. So there's going to go on either side of the animals, the animal print. Over. Okay, on this one, oh my goodness, once again, I can't believe it, but I tore edges again. I think I was tearing edges because I was scared to use like a punch to make a little fancy edge, in case someone didn't have a punch. So I'm telling you this now, if you want to use a fancy edge punch, you could. Or you could just do it this old-fashioned way. Or you could leave it straight. That would be really easy. Okay, those are off. Gonna ink this piece. Then I'm going to ink the edge, one side anyways, of this. One side of this one. Okay. And so basically it is going to lay on here like that. And this one's going to lay under this side. You know, when I do this, I kind of just say, oh, I think I'll just have one row of dots on there showing. That's how I measure. So not very accurate. So I'm going to put this one down first. This one. Okay, I'm going to use this ruler again because I at least want this one piece straight. I'm not sure. Did Teresa tell us how much these rulers were?
No. We started talking about it when she was gone, so
Oh,
she comes back. We'll ask her.
we'll have to find out from Teresa how much these are.
What happens?
Okay, so I've got that piece down. I'm going to run tape around this. And then I'm going to plop that down so that I sort of see. There you go. I'm going to do the other side and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to find it so that it's kind of showing. A row of dots. There you go. So then if you look at the original, remember I said we could use that background page? There was some of this left. So I actually cut one of the mats out of that because I had enough in the corner. And I thought, well, it kind of matches this little piece up here. But you can just cut your mats black with any extra pieces of black you have left. So these, I believe these mats are 4.5 by it says 4.5 by 6.25, but you can do like 4.25 by 6.25, whatever you want to do to use up paper if you want. So I'm just gonna cut some mats here. Something stuck under there.
They're like $5. $5. They're a 12-inch ruler. They're called Junior T-square. Just keep them get them in.
I see why I cut that one mat a different size because I thought I might want to see that little bit of texture there. So that's why one of them is bigger. But I just got a teleprompter here. It's called the Junior T-square and it's around $5. They're on back order, but you can phone or text 306-694-0700 if you want to get put on the list.
That's the ruler.
That's how it goes. That's the ruler. So I've got, once again, I'm cutting out mats. I've got my little thing here that I'm going to ink, and I'm not going to put the words on. Once again, I don't know what Teresa wants to do with them, or whether you guys want those words. So that's going to pop up here in the corner. Once you get your words on, you'll know where you want to position that or how you want to position it. And then it's here. I guess I haven't cut them all out yet. Anyways, there'll be another photo mat here. On the original one, I put, there's a sticker that says family is everything. I put the cows, the chickens, the pigs, that to match this paper, this background paper. And that's another wrap. Oh, yes. Now, I told you that when I was doing this, I had all these scraps left. And I need to finish this up. But I had handed everything into Teresa and I'd handed all the layout information. And then I sat downstairs one day after, remember when I bought all my plants, and then it froze. And I thought, oh, it was the long weekend. And I said to Keith, I need a great big drop cloth brought into our back room, and I'm going to plant plants in all the things. So I went ahead and spent 2 days planting plants in my back room with dirt on a drop cloth. And I had these pictures, and I just went downstairs and I thought, I can do this. So this is what I created with leftovers. So it's a double layout. This is my dog. He didn't even have room to get, or she, because there were so many plants. And so these are my plants sitting inside. Look at, I even took a picture of myself. I know my husband did. I never have pictures of myself. Yeah, so this is what, and I used, I did some cutting out of stuff. right here and here and here. So if you're interested in that picture, it's,
Send it by email.
she'll send it by, Karina will send it by email. I guess you're just gonna send it anyways. It's as simple as all my other layouts in this group. And yeah, you can go have fun with it. I can't think of anything that you need to know in particular about it, other than it ended up being my favorite one. And all my plants survived and they're all outside. Okay, well, maybe this one, not so much. It outgrew the whole. I did this because this is my dad's lunchbox when he was first married, and my mother's still hanging on to stuff. And so anytime I can get something out of the house, I take it. And I thought I'd plant this little planter in it. And then Tim Holtz came out with these stencils. They're really small little stencils. They're stencil pack. And if you shut this lid, it actually, I put my dad's initials, RPH, on it. But this here is being changed because it has outgrown the whole thing. You can't even see that anymore. So my backyard will change again. So that is it. And I am going to pass you over to Karine. I'm just going to grab some of this stuff out of her way.
That's okay. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes.
Okay.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
On behalf of Scrapping with Tea, I really want to welcome Sandy back and to say thank you very much for giving us an awesome class, and to stay tuned because we were doing another class that was going to follow up this class, but it's kind of stuck on a barge. So when we get the information for that class again too, we'll have another class that Sandy will do for us, a layout class. And so on that note, I just want to say thank you again, Sandy. It's great to have you back. So yeah.
It's like I was away. I really wasn't.
I know.
I was in COVID, and because I have all these little kids, I just knew I couldn't go anywhere or do anything outside my house.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can all take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to show you some products that come in. You'll want to see it. You're going to want it. So we'll see you back in 5 minutes. We're just going to change over here.
I put them all on the desktop.